Welcome to another episode of F It, I've Got a Brain Injury. My name's Ken, and I'm here with Jesse.
The idea of this podcast was to have a podcast for people with brain injuries, for people with family members who have brain injuries, for people who want to learn more about brain injuries. And I wanted to let it be known that me and Ken, the hosts, have brain injuries. So I apologize for my voice, and I also apologize for Ken's face. Thank God you can't see it. He has a face for radio.
I have a face that would make a freight train take a dirt road.
So sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and enjoy.
Talking about books that we've read, Legs was a big one for you, and if you'd like to get into that a little
yeah.
bit.
No. Legs was good for a lot of reasons, because not the least of which, because one day Melissa said, Bill Kennedy's going to be speaking at Albany State when we were reading Legs.
Right.
Why don't you go over there and see if you can hear him talk? I wanted to go.
No, I don't know.
And I wasn't sure where the presentation was going to be, but I sort of knew the campus, or at least I thought I did. And I went over there to try and figure it out. I knew where the program that was going to run the presentation and where they were on the campus, but that campus has changed, so I got lost instantly. But I found a place to park, and I found the office and talked to the person, and I said, we really wanted to talk to Bill Kennedy because we're reading the book, and we're hoping that he can participate with us. And she said, well, he doesn't do that much anymore because, at that point he was 94 years old, and he doesn't come out and go to talk to people and things. We're lucky to have him here today. And I thought, oh, well, I'll still talk to him. Well, I did. But then it all came back to me. And this is how life devolves, you don't know.
Right.
But when my daughter was 10 or 11, she took dance lessons from Bill Kennedy's wife. And I met him, one day at her dance studio. And so, but it was interesting. So then I went and heard him talk, but then I talked to him afterwards, and I said, I knew your wife, Dana, what a great person. My daughter took lessons from her, and I know I met you once, but I said, I'm in the program at St. Rose for people with severe brain injuries to bring reading back. And it's a great program, but we read the book, and it came out. It was wonderful. And it'd be really super if you could come and talk to the class. He gave me his home phone number and his email presentation. He said, give me a call. Let's see what we can do. And Melissa and I talked to him on the phone, and he said, yes, I'll come. And we figured out a date. We figured out the newspaper, and they came and put on. It was just really wonderful. And as I said, he participated with the class. I thought he'd be there an hour. He talked with us and the class for over 2 hours.
Yep.
And all great conversations for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, he brought his own notes from the book. God only knows how old that was.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He did. He brought his books, notes that he had when he was developing the book. And the other thing is he talked about the other Albany books that he had written.
Right.
Beyond Legs Diamond. It was such a beautiful day. And it just made me think, if only we could get more authors to show up,
Right.
it would be good. But it's a challenge.
One of his biggest movies or books was Ironwood, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Ironweed, I mean.
Yeah, Ironweed,
Oh.
and that was filmed in Albany
Right.
because of his efforts.
Yeah, I was about to say a lot of his books takes place in the Albany County area.
Yeah, right. That it was his focus, but he grew up in Albany, though he lives in West Sand Lake now. He's a Capital Region guy,
Right.
and this is where he taught writing at Albany State for about 20 years. And that program still exists, even though he's not doing it anymore. Just to sit down and learn to write program. And, having a guy with his reputation and background teaching in one of our schools, it's almost like having the reading report in every school in Albany. But no, it's at St. Rose, and that's great.
I was kind of impressed that he even came, tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, after what I was told by the contact at Albany State, I was amazed. But when he came and when we talked to him on the phone about him coming, it was clear he wanted to do it, and I felt good about it. But boy, did it unfold into a spectacular program.
And he said he was going to start writing another book. He had all the information, but I don't know. He's probably slowing down a little bit now.
From what I hear, he's writing because his kids all live in this area.
Right.
His son, one of his sons lives in Troy, and I'm told that I've met him, but I don't know. And his daughter works at the Arsenal and has a significant role there.
Wow.
And his other kid works in the other works in Albany, and so it's they're local people. Unfortunately, his wife Dana, who was a wonderful woman, died about 6 months ago, and she was 94.
Wow.
But how did she get here? Well, when he was working for the Times Union, part-time for many years ago, he went down to Puerto Rico to work at a newspaper, and he was running the newspaper, and he met Dana down there. She's a Puerto Rican.
He started off with sports, didn't he?
Yeah. He started off with sports, and he expanded, and then when they got married down there and came back up here, and his life story is really neat. I can't lay out all the details, but just hearing him speak and how things evolved and what he learned as a kid in Albany about the old days,
right?
When the bad people lived there, and what he learned from it. It was good stuff.
And actually, PBS just did a article on him I saw it about on purpose, by accident, actually, about 4 months ago.
Right.
Is when it came out.
But I've seen a couple of different things like that. They've done good local stuff.
Yep.
But we're lucky.
Very lucky.
Yeah.
Didn't just come, but he came with a news reporter to take notes for an article that he wrote later on it.
Yeah, and they took pictures, and it was really great, and he really enjoyed doing it.
Yep.
He got pleasure out of it, and that was just one more step in the process of how spectacular the program is at St. Rose, that you can draw these people in, you can draw all the people with brain injuries out and connect them with students who are really understanding the issues and could respond to the need of us who have problems, and helping society.
Right. I thought he was just there for the coffee and donuts, but it was a little more than that.
Yeah, he was good. We were lucky. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to F It, I Have a Brain Injury. I'm Jesse, and this is Ken.
And I hope you all get something out of this podcast.
We would love to hear your stories too. See you next time.
See you next time.